You don't wanna front. If you want, I will give you my all. Give it all right, you. Right, you. Hey y'all, welcome back to another edition of ColorFullConvo. Child, we was having some technical difficulties over here. Technical difficulties. That's my song for the day because this has been a wacky Wednesday. Thank you. They can hear you. Hold on, y'all. I have to be a mother real quick. All right, motherhood, it never stops. Oh my God. The team appreciates you and we're so what you're doing. Great. We are catching. Thanks, you guys. Ah, y'all gonna make me cry. It's gonna be a wet Wednesday for a whole different reason. Welcome to the galaxy. I'm so excited for all the new things. Look, you going in the chat, okay? What she say? Welcome to the galaxy. Become an emotions, period. Support the channel with a super chat or a sticker. Come through in the chat, okay? Cash apps are always nice, always nice. And she capitalized it exactly how I would do it, okay? Please let me know if you are CC. I will drop your link in the chat. Okay, mod of the year is here. Mod of the year. Hey, I'm Marva. What's going on? Welcome. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. I hope everybody's week is going good so far. And listen, today is no exception. I'm quite sure that I'm going to have an unpopular opinion on this subject, but I don't care. I don't care. When do I ever care? You saw the thumbnail. We're talking about Tamar today. We're talking about Tamar. Now, before we get started and I really go in, these are some things I need to preface about Tamar, right? Tamar is one of my favorite people. She's one of my favorite people. I find a kindred spirit in Tamar. We're both PKs. We both sing. Y'all know E stands for extra. And so that does not bother me, not one little bit. So something happened to her. If you guys don't know who this guy is, his name is JR. His name is JR. And I'm not talking about the one from All My Children. Okay. So Tamar was robbed, y'all. I don't know if y'all heard about it. I don't even know if y'all care, but that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about this whole situation because I think it's unfortunate because it's like Tamar can't catch a break. You know, that's how I feel. Of course, this is the open panel. So once I get done with my rants and my raves, I will open the panel. But let's get into this break-in video. So y'all see this white car, you see these people in the back. This is her page. She posted it to her page. They're like ransacking her vehicle. It's the whole group of them. They don't care. They just all in her shit, y'all. All in her shit. And I'm gonna read the messages that Tamar posted about the situation. But before I do that, I actually have some insider information from someone who has been around her and can kind of share his sentiments about the situation. So I'm gonna bring him up. Let me see.
Any type of advice is to really put yourself out there. Okay. Go ahead, lay it all out there. Yeah. You got my promise to y'all do that. Yeah. Because you didn't have to even share that with me, and I appreciate you doing that. Yeah. So I think you're a good guy. I do. And you know, I want the very best for Lydia. She needs someone to really genuinely love her and care about her and see the good that I see in her. She deserves it. She's been through a lot.
So y'all already know my big homie Mac. What's going on, Mac?
What's happening, everyone? Good evening, ladies and gents in the galaxy. What's happening?
You got like the perfect like radio voice.
Oh, really? That's what I've been hearing, man. That's why I do that Purple Panties audio book to seduce the ladies.
He came in with the mellow moods, y'all, on a Wednesday.
You already know it.
So seeing that clip and kind of knowing what's going on, how are you feeling about the situation?
I mean, it's disturbing anytime you see, people that you had a lot of time to be around, and first and foremost, and I've said this in captions, and I've said this to Tamar personally behind the scenes, and in public captions. She was really just a really sweet person, really genuine and authentic. What you see is, what you get. It ain't no, there's no pretentious character with her. I mean, that's really her. So it's disturbing to see that happen to somebody that's really a genuinely great person. I obviously don't know the insides of it, but it just looks to me like, man, that it just don't look right. Like them jokers wasn't in no hurry. It's just like they went straight to the car. So I don't know, but what was even more disturbing and kind of disheartening is what she wrote under the captions. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I got some of the messages, and to me, before I get into the messages, it looked like a inside job to me.
I mean, it could. I mean, that's kind of what she alluded to. That's how I interpret it, and I think anybody that's got a half a brain can kind of interpret that. She was kind of alluding to the fact that, hey, this seems like this was an inside job and things of that nature. I mean, hey, maybe her intuition is telling her she would know better than any of us.
Right, because she got a main line to God.
Yeah, man, she good people, man. Shout out to Tay. She good people.
So this is what she had to say. I know some of these are a little blurry, y'all, but I'm gonna read them to you. One says, yeah, so I'm not okay, not at all, but I'm gonna be okay, and that's what matters. And she said, they robbed me for 30 minutes with all this surveillance in one of the most expensive buildings in ATL. No one did nothing. She also said, why they take my garage door openers? I feel like they are following me. And yeah, it's kind of blurry, say. And my Bentley key. Where can I go? Nowhere. And trust who? I hate it here. OMG. So she's saying that she doesn't even feel safe. And on the bottom right there is Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, letting her know like she knows what it feels like because she just got robbed as well. And from what I hear, it's a lot of robberies going on in the Atlanta area right now. I don't know. But that's what I'm hearing. But before we get into that, I want to bring up another guest. He was already in the comments saying, go ahead and hit it one time.
You want me to see?
Yeah, you musical over there.
Oh,
you ain't ready. You ain't do your voice.
Let me warm up. Get these vocals warmed up.
Before we get into this, though, like before we get into the JR of the situation, right? If y'all don't know, she was just with this dude named David, right? Hey, Room Shaker, y'all make sure that y'all are subscribed to Room Shaker, y'all. Sugar Shay, what's going on? Welcome, y'all. But she was with this guy named David after she left Vince. And if you do not know, like Tamar's like timeline of her story, she's been in an abusive relationship before Vince. I don't really think there was abuse in the Vince situation, But with David, I'm not gonna play his video because I'm not really too keen on dude. But as you can see, the consensus basically in the whole comments was this: he's controlling, very verbally abusive, maybe. And he actually came out and said that she abused him. It was just a whole big fiasco, right? You know, it was on television. Mac, you can kind of speak to that being on television. You know how kind of weird production be and stuff like that. What do you think about that?
No, I mean, yeah, for production. Here's the thing: a lot of times when people see like stuff from reality shows, it's so much more to that scene, and they don't show the so things are taken out of context, which is what they want. Because I mean, if you want to stir up, shit and make things go viral and cause drama, you're not gonna get a full context. You're gonna leave it where it's up to interpretation, and most time the interpretation won't be accurate. So you can't go by that.
Right. What you think about the situation, King Shade?
I think that it's unfortunate that this happened to her. It definitely is given that it was an inside job because they knew it's because they knew like the time, like they knew the perfect time to come and knew she would be there. Knew that they knew her location, like they knew too much for it not to be an inside job, and she keeps having like you said earlier, like she keeps having stuff happen to her. Like it's like one thing after another, and it's like she can't catch a break. And it's definitely given like it's like I said, an inside job, like it was set up, like she was set up. They this whole thing was planned to rob her and and take her belongings out of her car, including her garage door opener, which is weird because
like, do you know where I live?
yeah, exactly. Like what you like? It's given it. Like, do you know my address? Like, you got my garage door open. Are you gonna come to my house next and break into my house next? It's yeah. Poor
And
thing.
I feel like I always say this over here, like we're only humans, right? A person can only take so much. So I feel like all these people saying she's extra, she's this, she's that. I don't really see a lot of people giving her accolades about how talented she is. I don't even hear people talk about how pretty she is. They just always go to the extra when, to be honest, I can tell the truth. She's very animated, but who isn't in the entertainment business? Isn't that what you have to be entertaining? It's like she can't catch a break anywhere, but then when she responds to these things that happen to her, they don't see the other side. Like even what happened at The View, I think what happened to her at The View was totally bananas. It was totally unfair, in my opinion.
You mean The Real?
What I say?
The View.
Tomato.
Hey, what happened to her?
Real.
So what happened? I don't, I didn't know really much about it until other than she was Tony's sister till I started working with her.
She got
so
fired. She got fired from the
yeah, and in my opinion, they kind of like conspired against her.
Oh wow.
Well, Lonnie Love, honey. Lonnie Love is the one that
She's the culprit.
Yeah, because she was that. She was because she wanted to be the only black girl. Like she wanted to be the only. She wanted to be the black girl. Yeah, allegedly, honey. No, the facts are there. The facts have been laid out. She wanted to be the only black girl. If you go watch old clips, Lonnie, even said herself like she wanted to be the token black girl on the show. Tamara had her role as the Christian girl, but Lonnie wanted to be the funny. She wanted to be the funny girl, the girl that was the roundabout girl, and Tamar happened to step into that. Is that girl like the girl, the women who watch that show, the young girls connected to Tamar. Tamar made the show entertaining to watch, and when
I was pleasantly surprised when she got on the show. She did a really good job on the show. She was funny.
Yeah.
She didn't like try to take over the show. She sat right in her pocket.
She did a great job. A great job. Too good of a job that the hate started coming. From.
The ratings really, really dropped when she left too.
And the show was canceled. So there you have it. Things happen. You can't recreate
I
magic.
was talking about this with one of my friends earlier because I was telling them what the show was going to be about. And I may be a little biased, so I'm just putting that out there.
Come on, bias.
Because I like Tamar. I love Tamar. Like, I feel a kindred spirit, like I said earlier, with us. And she do be getting ganged up on. Like, if it wasn't, like, I love all of them. I love all the Braxtons. You know, is your voice warmed up yet? I
Yes.
love all the Braxtons. And it would be Tony and Tawanda or Trina and Tracy. And then her mom would come in and just see Tamar's reaction and be like, listen, I'm going to slap the taste out your mouth. Y'all remember when she said that to her?
Mm-hmm.
Mama Evelyn do not play.
I mean, I feel like Tamar brought a lot on herself because Tamar has a mouth, and a lot of those things, and a lot of those moments that happened, Tamar was very disrespectful to her sister's marriages. She would say the most hurtful things to her sisters, especially Tracy. Like, Tamar was very vicious, and she even said herself, like, she knows that she cut her sisters deep. So the reactions that she got from her sisters and the energy she got from her sisters came from how she talked to them. Like, Tamar, you know, Tamar does not mind speaking her mind. She gonna say what she thinks, and so she, you know, a lot
But
of.
don't you feel like they all got smart mouths? I mean, we as women, we got smart mouths.
Yes, but I feel like those women, her sisters, had a line they wouldn't cross with each other, and Tamar constantly jumped over that line, which got into a lot of trouble with her sisters. Her mother always had her back. Her mother would never pick a side. Her mother was always, you know, catering to Tamar, which caused a lot of problems within her sisterhood with her sisters, because Mama Evelyn would always not give her opinion when it came to Tamar versus them, you know, her real thoughts, because, you know, that's Mama. She's not gonna pick her kids over each other, but it created a problem because.
So wait a minute. You say she catered to Tamar?
She did a lot of the time.
You don't think she catered to Tony?
No, I don't. I never got that from her. Like, catering to Tony. Like,
Chad, what y'all think?
Yeah, what y'all think, Chad?
Let's get colorful. And matter of fact, let me drop the link. But let's talk about JR for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me drop this link, y'all. I do have a video. Let me get the JR video.
Mr. JR, honey.
Before we get into the video, if you guys did not see the Queen's Court, JR, when he was on the show, it was like the representative. Y'all know how in the dating scene, when people be like, don't send your representative, like, be your real authentic self. I feel like it was his representative. And this clip will show you guys how somebody we know felt about
it. But I saw Jeremy. This Tamar is my best friend Cersei of 25 years. I love this brother like I trust my life with him. I saw your humility. I saw your gratitude to have your best friend there. And Jeremy is a great guy, I believe. But I'll be honest with you, I don't like JR. Okay, respect.
Oh.
So tell us a little bit about that scene, Mac.
Man, the boy looking good. Damn, I forgot. You know, I was looking good on that damn screen.
Look, shout out to Mac for that.
Had the chest open. I was selling sex. I didn't even know it. No, shit, man. Let me check me out, y'all.
You said it should have been the King's Court.
Man, I was up there spit. I was thirst trapping. Now I look back, I didn't even know it. I was thirst trapping. But no, the whole kind of the background behind that one was like, dude, you're doing too much. Like, you know, just his whole aura was like, bro, bring it down, relax, man. And you know, the whole, you know, the persona of you trying to be this and that, like everything I said in that whole episode, like, bro, all that extra grandiose, extra machismo you trying to pump out, homie, ain't nobody buying all of that. And if you're trying to get Tamar, this black woman, that shit ain't gonna work, Playboy. Bring it down. That ain't gonna work, homie. That
And
play don't.
I don't want
That,
to be shady, but maybe I do. Because, you know, we do got King of Shade here today.
right.
Like, do he not look like he auditioning for Django or something like that?
Django, what?
You talking about that Leonardo DiCaprio roll up in Django in that movie,
Yeah.
the slave owner. Yeah,
He giving Leonardo DiCaprio the first.
yeah. Interesting. But that's what that
So let
was.
me ask you a question. Inside information. I ain't
What's
gonna
up?
get too far.
Right.
But within that scene, you know how you just said when you see a scene, there's always so much more to that scene.
So much more.
Was he really actually receptive to what you said, or did he kind of like was like?
No, you know what? I had earned a lot of respect, and I really didn't talk to him much, you know, because I just didn't vibe with him. And what I said, I didn't like you, and I kept it. I told the man to his face because this is how I get down. So when I stepped to him, he respected it because it wasn't coming from a phony place because I didn't say shit to him the whole time. But I saw that when he invited his friend from the military on our friends and family episode, I was like, you know what? I see a different side of you. You actually a tolerable human being in this moment right here. You acting all right over here. And so that's what I was like, wait a minute. Okay, there's another side of you. So this is a front. This is a character you create to put on a persona, but there's actually a decent part of you. So I just really called him out on that. You know, he was receptive. Hell, he told everybody on set. He told everybody, like, man, Mac, you know, Mac told me this. He told Tamar, yeah, no, it was a big thing. He was appreciative. I mean, he took my advice and ran with it. I mean, you know, I like to say I contributed to whatever that is or was. I don't know where the status of it.
So I had a question. Can I? Because I'm trying to understand. So what about him? Didn't you like? What about his personality or his betrayal or how he portrayed himself on the show made you kind of like have like this disdain or dislike about him? Because you said it was like Jeremy, but you didn't like JR. So what about JR for you? You just didn't mesh.
Yeah,
with
well, you know, well, the thing is like, man, you know, you on the set, all of us dudes on the King of Shade, all of us were successful guys. Bruh, stop. Ain't nobody give a damn about what you drive, and nobody care about all your accolades and all of that. Homie, ain't nobody caring about all that. So he was just doing it was really a lot of stuff off the script. You know what I mean? And just being around him like, bruh, chill. Seriously. You act like you're around some bums or something. And, you know, because just because we ain't talking about our accomplishments every 3 minutes don't mean we ain't accomplished. So it really became just a personal vibe with him. So the JR part threw me off. But when I saw his friend, somebody that was familiar to him, I saw the Jeremy. I saw a humble side. I didn't see all that extra machismo and the grandiose and all of that. So I was like, okay, now that part of you, I could rock with that. But the other shit, I don't like that.
Okay.
I have got to ask because it's hurting the back of my thumb.
Go ahead.
Shay, did you watch the show?
Of course.
Okay, so you don't think that was, I can't even say the word right now, strategic that he brought melanated friend?
Here you go. I just knew you was gonna go. I just knew you was gonna go that route. I think I'm not gonna say strategic, but he had to show, or he wanted to show that he had some connection to someone.
He had to show I have black friends.
Like black friend, you know, comes around black people because obviously Tamar is black, her family is black, so he had to kind of, you know. Yeah. So I get why he would bring his black friend on the show because he had to show he can relate. You know, I have a black friend for a long time, years and years. We're close like brothers. So so I'm comfortable around black people.
Actually, that's really how he is, though. I've been around him in personal spaces. All his best friends and friends, they really black for real. I'm gonna be honest. I can't lie on the man. He really. I don't even think he would be comfortable in a room full of white folks. For real talk. I'm being honest with you. Like,
we This is
Like,
ColorFullConvo, right?
like I've been around the man, and we in Atlanta, so we crossed paths, and it's a couple spots I've been to. He been at, and he invited me to one of his events before, and hell, it was all black people in there. I don't even know if I saw nobody damn white, and he was comfortable, so that's not a fake. That's just how you get down. That's just being
There
real.
you have it.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Hey, Hanging TV. Y'all make sure y'all are subscribed to Hanging TV. I am going to have an interview over there, you guys, real soon. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to him. Dope content over there. But so do you think
What's up?
that the relationship was real? Do you think it was for show? Do you think it was publicity? Or do you think it was really authentic?
I mean, there were times where I thought it was all of that. I mean, there were times when I thought it was authentic. There was times when I thought it was publicity. I mean, it's TV. It's times when I'm thinking, you don't really know. I mean, I've had personal conversations with him off record, and for what I'm saying from his conversation, he seemed like he was really genuine and he really cared for her. He intimated to me that he really cared for the woman. Now, naturally, after I didn't continue to talk to Tamara when it was over, so I can't really know her feel. But based on him, I mean, it seemed like it was real. His feelings was real. I can definitely say that. I ain't gonna lie now. What up, Shay?
I feel like, to me, when watching them to get together in their journey on the show, my mind went back and forth too. So I'm like, because Tamar has her personality, you kind of have to, for me, I'm like, sometimes it can border on, is she genuinely like attracted to this man, or is she going along with the show because she doesn't want to not have nobody at the end, or want to not pick somebody, because we've seen Vivian had two choices and didn't pick anybody. So so my mom was
what you think about that, Shay? When you finish up, I know they ain't the top, but I gotta ask, when you finish, what you thought about that?
I answer that question. I answer that question. I answer the question. But I just feel like Tamar and him at the final decision making, I felt like she was very reluctant. Like, she really was nervous. She really didn't know what she wanted to do, and I feel like she said yes and went with him, because she wanted to have somebody at the end. Because you can't have Evelyn have one pick somebody and her story be fully told on the show, and then she doesn't have anyone. So I felt like in that moment, I felt like she was contemplating her decision, and she went ahead and chose him just to see if it could work. But I just feel like at some moments in that moment, the genuineness of it, I was questioning, like, is it really, does she really want to be with this man? Because Tamar, to me, I just didn't picture her with a white man. Like, no shade, but I just didn't see it for myself. So her choosing him and his baggage, because Tamar's a girl that really don't want a man with a lot of baggage. He has five kids or something like that. So a lot of kids, a lot of other stuff going on in his personal life. So I didn't think she was gonna pick him because of that. Because Tamar likes, doesn't like all the extraness that comes along. She doesn't like a lot of baggage with her man. She's makes it known she likes to have men with not as much baggage coming with them, because she has her own stuff going on. So I was questioning it, their connection, and if it really was real, or if it, because Tamar is an actress, and we've seen her acts. We've seen her try the bad. Like, she can give us a tear. She can give us a she's very dramatic. So I just didn't know. I'm like, Tamar, are you really?
That's real.
We've seen her.
Let me say this. Now, my question for that was more so like not faking for TV, but it was more so, like I had said earlier, she been through a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. You go through the whole reality thing. So first you went through reality with your whole family. Everything was put out on the line for people to judge, because let's just be real. Of course, part of it is entertainment, but once you come to the forefront, everybody's going to have something to say. Then she got divorced from Vince. That was a big ordeal. Then she went back to reality TV again. And then also, all in the midst of this, she's chasing her dream, because if you an artist, like you a real true artist, like that's your life's work, period. Like nothing can come in front of that. That's your goal. You want that at all costs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then they go on Ayala Van Zandt. We already know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? That's straight hardcore love. She even worse than Judge Mathis. I like Ayala, but I'm saying like she's not gonna hold your hand.
No.
So that was very emotional for her. Then
Mhm.
she gets into this situation with Candy Burris. They do the big brother thing. Like she's dealt with so much.
Right.
And I've never seen nobody like, because let's just be real. There are celebrities out here that people coddle. They never caught them to the carpet, never check them about nothing. They can do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely not blessed to be one of those celebrities that you see a lot of people encouraging her and motivating her, and you know, at least just saying a prayer for her. I mean, damn.
I mean, people pray for her. I just you don't think they pray for her? You don't think people say nice things about her? Like I'm
not saying it's 0%. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, there have been many hate Tamar trains.
Not hate Tamar trains. Damn.
The people crazy. You know that these people crazy, especially when they get into a show and you pick your favorite. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm admittedly biased because I really like Tamar because I can relate to her. So that goes on in any show with anybody. When you watch a show and you naturally gravitate towards someone, of course that becomes your fave out of the thing. So now me, I can be rooted in real reality, not reality TV, but real reality. I'm not gonna just be on her side all the time, because sometimes I would be on some of the sister side or the mom side and stuff like that. Because you know, Tamar's not faultless. None of us are. But I mean, like the people that I was around, they weren't checking for Tamar. I would be the only one like, no, that's my girl. I don't really know a lot of people that root for her, and I just don't like that.
But do you? But can you see that Tamar brought a lot of stuff on herself with how she was portrayed on her show with her sisters, and what was presented to the public for 6-7 years? Can you see why like a lot of the negative she gets a lot of negative or got a lot of negative reaction from the world?
I'm gonna say this: everybody has fucked up things about them. Everybody. Everybody has fucked up things about them. So it could be things that I could pick out about all the sisters that I could place right next to it, but it's not my job to judge. But that's why I think I get irritated, because people are so overly judgmental when they're not perfect themselves. You know what I'm saying? So the short answer to that is, of course, everything we do has a repercussion, right? But it'd be like, damn, can she breathe?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but seeing the reaction from people and the negative stuff they said about her, and watching the show she was on with her sisters, I can see why she got a lot of negative flack and feedback because of how she came out, because her personality. I like Tamar. She's one of my favorites. Her and Tracy were my favorites.
Who was the second person you said?
Tracy.
Tracy, okay.
Her and Tracy.
Rest in heaven to Tracy.
Sure. Yes, I love me some Tracy, and I could see like Tamar started to get on my nerves. Like she started to become a lot to watch and process as her ego got bigger. So did her personality. So did her level of being over dramatic. Like it became a lot and more draining to watch as the seasons grew and continued on. So the fans like me were like, okay, she's doing too much. Like her ego is going out of control, and somebody need to humble her. And God did that, because she got fired, she got sick, she almost died, she had to restart her life. Like things happen for a reason. Like a lot of things she did and put out there to her sisters came back to her. You can't be nasty to your sisters or say hurtful stuff and don't think it's going to come back to you in some way, shape, or form. And unfortunately for her, she went through a lot for those reasons, because she wasn't like, nobody's perfect. Her sister's not perfect, but things happen, and things happened to her for a reason, because she was not the nicest person to her sisters. And she said it herself. she's was not nice to her sisters. Like it's documented. Like,
okay, I have a lot of things to say.
you know,
Number one, make sure y'all are subscribed to my big homie Mac, man. Make
Subscribe.
sure that y'all are subscribed, y'all. And we actually got some big things coming to members only. Okay, so grab the membership.
Subscribe.
Now, what I'm gonna say about everything you just said.
come on, TheeEnicole. Braxton.
Oh,
he tagged that Braxton on there.
I love them. Okay, because my favorite, like, I love all of them for different reasons. But Mac, you kind of chime in on this a little bit. I feel that when you're outspoken like that, and let's be real before we get there, she's the baby. That
Right.
comes with being the baby. Like,
You already know.
You're spoiled. Like, we the baby, we gonna be dramatic. It is what it is. You know, as we get older, it tones down a little bit. But I know from being in communication with people that have done TV production, you know, if you rub a producer the wrong way or somebody on the other side the wrong way, they gonna pick all them scenes where you're looking a little crazy. So I feel like a lot of times the show was shaped to make her look crazy.
Oh, wow. Here we, okay, we're going with that. Okay.
I do. I really do, because come on now. I mean, I've been in the space of feeling like her, like, I'm the problem. I can't do nothing right. And then you just be like, everybody, y'all know, hey, fuck you is streaming everywhere, y'all. But you be, when you the so-called quote unquote like black sheep of the family, or you're the spoiled one, you're the outspoken one. Because let's be real, there's a time and place, but everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be heard. Even if you're a soft-spoken person, even if you're more reserved, everybody wants to be heard. Just some people are better at making themselves be heard than others. For me, most of the time, I'm not gonna say all the time, because of course there have been times where Tamar could have handled situations differently, right? We all have situations like that. For the most part, what I see her matching energy. I don't really see her coming for somebody and we'd be like, well, what's the problem? If something happened and that was her reaction. Do you not, y'all, what y'all think about that?
Matt.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said before, I can tell you this firsthand. She didn't know none of us from a can of paint, you know, when we went on the set and all of that. And she was just really genuine to a bunch of unknown people. Now, she could have had the whole, you know, I got the Braxton royalty vibe. She didn't get none of that. Out of all the girls that was there, she was the most known. She had been on reality TV. I mean, you know, you had her, of course, you had Evelyn and everybody. And Nivea, people know Nivea too, but I think Tamar's social media following is the biggest, I believe. And she was just genuinely a dope person. Like there's a off the record, here's some behind the scenes stuff that really showed her character. So I can't. That's why I don't. You know, I got to defend her on what I see. And you know, they treat you like when you were a dude on these sets. Sometimes they treat you like shit, and they don't always make sure you eating and things of that nature. And we was a late night. It was one of them late shoots. Hell, it might have been the day I told Jeremy I don't like his ass. I'm not really sure, y'all. But hell, all of. Hey, I'm just saying. It might have been a day like it's like, you know, when I don't like you. I'm hungry and I don't like you. But anyway, I was hangry as hell. It might have been that day for real. But here's the story. They were able to go eat. You know, the production brought them food and everything, and they looked over and saw us, and it's like, y'all ain't nothing. It's like, nah. And she's like, man, nah, y'all go get those guys some eat. And she made sure we got something to eat because production didn't even give a damn. That was Tamar that did that, and Evelyn, you know, co-signed that. I was like, yeah, that absolutely. And so I'll always appreciate those small gestures. But again, she could have just ate her food and be like, oh well, and I don't care, I'm eating. So I respect her for that. And she was respectful to everybody she met, my brother, everybody that came on the set. So I can't say she came with nobody.
And also, before you chime in, Shade, I just want to say, because y'all know I'm beat up for guy. of course, me and her life is totally different, but there are similarities. Y'all know my background. My grandfather was pastor of one of the biggest Black churches in my city. And a lot of what people on the outside would consider theatrics, I feel like people are forgetting they were trained as a young age to be in front of people. Like when you're trained to be in front of people, it's like I don't even know how to, it's kind of like programming, really. You know what I'm saying? Like you get taught the right answers to say, the gestures become second nature. So I feel like a lot of the theatrics that people think are theatrics is really just her, growing up in that world of having to have it together when you don't have it together. When you were a preacher's kid back in the day, it was what happens in the house stays in the house. I think they said that in the damn Lifetime movie I watched about Tony. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens in this house stays in this house. When we out here, we are the perfect preacher's family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't no lint, ain't no hair out of place. You hold it together. Or when we get home, it's gonna be an issue. Yeah. So I feel like she's very misunderstood. That's just how I feel. And then on top of that, like you said, King of Shade, it just seemed like circumstance after circumstance after circumstance keep happening to her in relationships, in health. Like that's a lot for a person to be going through all of that by themselves with nobody around. So with everybody watching on the screen, now of course you have a choice to say you want to be on the show or not. But she gotta eat too, the way she know how to eat.
Yeah, she did, and I agree, she's definitely misunderstood, like very misunderstood. Like you said earlier, she is the baby of the family, and and she a lot of things she did or does, it was a way of acting out to get attention, to be heard, because she has said herself she felt like she didn't have a voice because she was the youngest, and she had to fight for her attention. So I get that, but Tamar's personality, whether it was taught, because I don't think they taught her how to be ratchet, because she's ratchet. Like, so I don't think the church taught her how to be ratchet, because part of her personality is being ratchet over the top. That's part of her personality. Like she has.
So let me ask you: do you think she's overcompensating for the attention that she feel like she should have gotten?
Oh,
because
definitely.
I definitely can relate to that too. Like feeling like you're invisible, so you overcompensate. You're going to see me. You're going to hear me. I'm here.
That and she's talented
because she's dope as fuck.
That and she to me she kind of embodies the gay men that she hangs around, her gay Judies, like their personality traits, being this like with the slang and lingo, like she definitely adopted that from. She did, like with the shade and reading and like she adopted a lot of that from, like all those elements from them. Because to me, Tamar is like she's like she embodies like a drag queen. Like, not saying she's a drag queen, but her personality, because it is like very over the top, very like, she's witty. Like she will, what I'm saying, she will, when she will read you down. Like she will, her vernacular, like Tamar just, has a way with words. That's her personality, but it can be draining for viewers to watch season after season of her constantly just doing the most for attention. Like that can be to watch it over and over again with her sisters, because she's with her sisters for so many years on this show. So she, we saw her interact with her sisters. Was she always at fault in situations? No, but the situation that she was at fault in, she was at fault in. Like you said, she matched energy. I'm gonna have to say it was the reverse. They matched her energy and she didn't like it. Tawanda, Tracy, even Tony. And Tony don't really argue because Tony's sick and stuff. She really don't like to do all that arguing. But even Tony had to get an argument with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trina, her mama, at times, like you said. Missy had to get on her level because she got booked with her mama. Even her daddy had to tell her to calm down because she was doing too much. Like, Tamar definitely can be alive. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. Did you ever feel any part of the show where, because I did, any part of the show where something happened and Tamar expressed her feelings and they kind of like shrugged her off?
I would say when she did Dancing with the Stars and she almost died because she got really, really sick. And when she expressed that, like when she expressed to her when they had that dinner, sit down with her father and his wife, when they got together and we finally met the wife before she came out, and she expressed to her father, like, you wasn't there for me. I did feel like in that moment that her feelings were discarded because I understood her being upset because she could have died, you know what I'm saying? And her dad couldn't be there, and she felt like, I need you to be there. And you said you couldn't catch a flight to come see me, but you flew all the way to out of the country to go on this vacation. So in that moment, I definitely felt like they kind of just brushed up into the side and expected her not to have a reaction or emotional reaction. But then in that moment, I empathized with her. I was like, okay, Tamar, I get it. I understood her, and she communicated her feelings like a human being should. And I understood her without all of the theatrics. It was her coming from her heart in that moment.
Here you go with that word.
I'm just saying. It's.
Why can't it just be her personality? There's a huge
theatrical, yes.
Listen, we are the emotions over here, and we can express all the emotions.
Yeah.
So, the theatrical for me reads fake, and I don't feel fake from her.
I'm not saying, but I'm not. She's very dramatic. She is. She's very dramatic.
Is she passionate?
Like her emotions are her emotions, but she intensifies it to a certain level. Now maybe it's because she's on reality TV, and was filming the show that sometimes they do up it just to give us more entertainment value. So it maybe, but what it is, maybe that's why, and maybe it is because of the editing. Maybe it came off that way in those scenes that we saw on the show, maybe. But I
you said something interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
You said maybe some of the things that's happened to her is karma. I'm seeing that a lot in the comments, and I don't think that's fair. Like with any celebrity, not just Tamar. Like if something crazy happens to you, like how dare in that situation be like, well, remember when you was getting smart with your peoples, and this is it. Like I don't feel like
that's true. When we in the real world, karma exists for everyone. So when you put out negative, because I'm an energy person, and I believe what you put out, you get back. So
I definitely agree with that, but it'd be like if you gonna tell her time and place. It's like a lot of people have standards that they hold people to that they don't hold themselves to. That's the problem for me.
Mm-hmm. And I get that. But I get that. But like I said, it's a real thing with everyone in the world. Karma is real. She exists. Karma's here.
It's definitely real, and you definitely can't determine how it come back
or when it how it come back, when it come back, the way it comes. It can come. It can come through your family. It don't have to come directly to you. It can affect someone that you love. Like karma comes in different shapes and forms.
That's real.
I definitely agree with that. I just feel like with talking karma,
yes,
I just want these olive branches to come out. Like I just really don't see like. I'm not saying she has zero support because of course she has like a fan base and stuff like that, but
Tamar,
I don't know. My prayers go out to her because I feel like I've seen times where she really been sitting there like crying out for help. She want to change, like, and then they clown that too. Like she brought her Bible to Big Brother. Y'all already know she a preacher's kid. She brought the Bible to Big Brother, and they was clowning her about that. It's like she damn do she do, damn do she don't. But then these people that talk the most, if somebody was to come at them like that, now they're a victim. No.
Because I watched her Big Brother run, and I was so happy for Tamar. I was rooting for Tamar all the way because I knew she was a big fan of the show. She did an incredible job. But of course, the Bible thing, people, it looked like that. People, it just looked awkward. You bring a Bible to Big Brother, like I wasn't shading her bringing the Bible, but it was like,
Why do it look awkward? Tell me. You're supposed to bring God
like
with you.
we've never seen someone on that show bring a Bible to the Big Brother house.
That's on them, and they lost
And then,
too.
she brings the Bible out. Like we're gonna have a Bible study right now in the middle of the competition. Like it was just different.
Correct me if I'm wrong. She won, didn't she?
She did win.
What?
She did win. But it was because she knew the show. She studied the show.
She did what?
She studied the show. She was a big fan of the show. A big fan.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm saying she said she was a big fan. She
Everybody
watched
going to show a fan of the show.
But I don't Tamar was like a fan. She watched every single season, celebrity season, regular season. So she knew.
Tamar, I'm with you.
But I'm here for Tamar. My prayers are with her. I hope that she gets, that she is okay. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not. I mean, at the end of the day, her mental health is important. We've seen what happened. We've seen her have a downward spiral with the ex that she had. That she almost took her own life because she was at a breaking point. Like she has a child. So then I want to be healthy for herself and for her baby. So you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that this has happened to her again. And her messages are are sad because she's clearly upset, clearly doesn't want to be here. Like she said, like she hates being here on this planet. And that's not a good feeling.
And I don't think people really realize how much strength it takes to do that, to talk about that. Because let's be honest, we're humans. We've all been in situations where we've had thoughts. It's up to us to have the strength to get through certain things, of course, with the help of God and stuff like that. But for her to talk about that, it takes strength. A lot of people hide it, self-medicate, self-harm. And I just don't see enough support for Tamar. I don't. And then, a lot of times people equate celebrity to, how dare you have them type of problems? You know what I'm saying? But she's a human at the end of the day.
Right.
True. That's true. She is. She is human. Meg, so how was your experience being with her? Like, did you ever really get to have any other?
She definitely deserves it.
Like, any one-on-one interaction, or did you get to speak to her?
Yeah, I talked to her a lot on set. I mean, like I said, man, the thing that where I'm empathetic for her is this. The girl been in the spotlight, around the spotlight since her big sister hit. She was a teenager. She was 18, 19, going on the road.
She was in the back.
She was like 18. Yeah, she was in high school.
Right, but her sister hit, and she was the same background more than so that was late 90s, early 2000. You was little crump snatcher around that time.
Not do me.
Hey, I got grays in my beard, so I've been around here for a minute now. But
pause real quick. Y'all better stay tuned because what did we say? The first edition of Mac's Story Time is next Tuesday.
Oh yeah. Freaky Tales. Anyway, but no, here's why I'm empathetic for her. Because the girl, before I got on TV, I was 45 years old. I was a fully developed grown man. And I went through all of my growing pains in private. This girl has grown up in the spotlight and she's evolved. And then you put TV, entertainment, the pressure, your big sister, Toni Braxton. I mean, when her sister she hit. I mean, Crazy Men. So she's learning all of this on the fly. You know what I mean? And coming from this to my man Shay, to his point, you growing up in this church background. Being the PK, man, you gotta have this image and everything like that. But then you come in this entertainment world with the wolves, and they ain't nothing like church. No
matter what you're going through, you gotta look like you're not.
You gotta look like you happy. And here's the thing: on TV, a lot of that stuff. There's Tamar, the reality TV person, and then there's the real Tamar that sit down and talk to you, and y'all talking about just everyday basic stuff. So I know that side of it from being around her, and it was none of this other stuff. Now that reality TV, y'all gotta remember, this TV. They gonna do that, you know what I mean? But who she really is as a human being, really a sweet lady, really, really, really sweet. So I'm definitely empathetic to what she going through, because again, that woman grew up. She been in the public eye since she was like 18, 19.
Younger than that?
Younger than that. I mean, once your sister hit like Tony, god damn. And it just been, and then she can sing. And then she got her talent. And then, like you said, men
And she
reality
cold and
TV.
they do not give her accolades.
Yeah, she can sing. She bad girl. And so you got all of that. And then she found her. Did she? I mean, so she's always growing and evolving, but it's in front of the public eye. Imagine if we did that from 19. Mac from 19 to 45, 46 to like 17 different Macs by now. You know what I'm saying? I went through all the changes.
Magnitude of her, but I'm telling you, it's a crazy feeling being a child and being held to a certain standard by adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. That pressure could break you if you're not strong enough.
Shout out to Nee Banks. You're right. Even when you get on TV, I mean, just me doing my TV's time and shows I got going on and things I've been doing.
Trauma and depression.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how that stuff, man, it will do something to you if you're not strong.
And sometimes things affect you and you don't even know it's affecting you. Like just another different circumstance can happen and trigger something.
Yeah, man. I'm empathetic to her for that, y'all. Cause she really is good people. Really good people.
Thank you, Hankin. But yeah, my prayers go out to her and her family because on one of those messages she said she don't feel safe nowhere because she's not living nowhere. Like you and this is the thing, I'm gonna say it again. It's a lot of people that think celebrities don't go through what we going through. But to have those eyes on you, to have that pressure on you, and to have the means to live anywhere you want to live, but you don't feel safe. You don't feel protected. Right. Like as a woman, that's a crazy feeling.
It is. In Atlanta right now, it like has a lot of it's like really the crime is really bad. A lot of robberies, a lot of so like they're going on there. And like you said, like I said earlier, like a lot of the celebrities have been getting robbed, like left and right, and it's just unfortunate that and then she's a single black woman, well not single, but she's a black woman, single mom. You know what I'm saying? So like what I'm saying, so that black women are target number one. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to robberies like that, and she should feel safe, wherever she lives in this world.
Especially being a mother, because when you a mother, we go through what we going through, right? But I refuse to let my daughter feel what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? And right. That is the last feeling a mother wants to feel, that you can't adequately protect your child because of the things that are happening to you. Like that's an awful feeling. I felt that as well in my life.
It's
prayers up for Tamar, y'all. Keep her lifted up in prayer.
Yeah, definitely lift her up in your prayers. I'm gonna look out and see what's going on with the developments of that. I didn't want to add her to my 2 cent whole breakup thing because this is very serious. You know what I'm saying? But to speak on that before we get out of here, I hate to see such lack of love in this world. Like for everybody that's out here fucking, I'm not seeing long-lasting relationships that, stand the test of time. Because when you really love somebody, y'all can damn near work through anything. Mm-hmm. And I'm just not seeing people that care that much to put in that type of work. So I just encourage everybody to love yourself more and love others more, because as far as we know, we only got one life to live. So I just refuse to be miserable in my life. But it'd be kind of hard trying to give out love and people don't accept it. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta change our hearts and our minds, y'all, because the world ain't getting no better. These people here don't give a fuck about nothing.
They don't. Let me to answer Matt's question from earlier before we get out of here.
I thought you did.
No, he came back to I ain't forgot.
I thought that I was hoping that Nivea would have picked you because I thought you had the most genuine connection. I was really rooting for y'all, but I felt like watching the whole season that she wasn't gonna be thinking about it. I just felt like she was just really enjoying herself, and she really wasn't set on who she really wanted to end up with. So when she didn't,
and
pick
she been
anybody,
through a lot too.
she has been through a lot. So when she didn't pick anyone, I was like, I wasn't shocked because I just felt like she liked you, but I felt like she is really scared. She's really scared to make that step. It's something within her that she's not allowing her to just, take a step out on her own faith and see if it would work. Like it's something that is not allowing her to make that step. So I just feel like she just went through the process, but just could not really just say, yeah, I want to go with you and let's see how this works out.
I think she's scared.
She is very scared.
I think she's scared. She's been through a lot too. Like, I know I said it was last name, but this is gonna be last name. I feel like as women, we go through so much. You know what I'm saying? And we be in protection mode, especially when we're a mother and we're not with the father. We're in protection mode, so it comes off as, oh, all Black women have an attitude. Oh, they're problematic. They're this, they're that. No, we have to protect ourselves and our children. So it's not easy to just snap out and, oh, hey, good morning, hey. No, what's up? What do you need? Because I have things to do. What's up? Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, as a whole, we all have to change our mindset and just how we treat each other, because you never know what somebody's going through. You don't never know what somebody's going through unless they tell you. Big fact. So, Nee Bangs, I'm going to get on that because I just did a my 2 cents on them, and I thought that it was for a different reason. So I'm going to have to look into that. Okay. But thank you all for coming to Colorful Convo. Y'all know I rock with y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
I'm so excited about the memberships. It's a lot going on over there, y'all. Actually, you guys are going to be able to watch me make music with me. So there's a lot of things over there that's coming for you guys. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. Y'all know I'm big on support, so there will be giveaways and opportunities. So let's just do a little bit better job at treating each other better. And I'll see you guys here, same time, same place next week. Well, maybe not the same time, but you know. Welcome to my galaxy. Welcome to my galaxy. This is TheeEnicole. You can always call me E, but don't never call me Nicole. Your presence is appreciated. Please be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe. It's always a vibe. In my galaxy.
Hey, it's Sean Dufresne from Ready to Love, and you are watching my girl, TheeEnicole.
Tasha Lyons telling you to tune into TheeEnicole.
This is Samson from Ready to Love, and you're tuned into TheeEnicole.
It's Winter from Love America DC, and you're tuned in to TheeEnicole.
Make sure you guys subscribe to TheeEnicole. She is amazing. Click that button, subscribe, and you are going to enjoy all the information that she's going to share.
So come on over and tune in.